Hey there, my name is Paula Sturm. I am the owner of Radically Nourished. I'm a registered dietitian and functional medical nutritionist. And this tip I want to talk to you about is sleep and optimizing your circadian rhythms. So many people have issues with sleep, so I want to give you a few tips here to improve your circadian rhythms and sleep overall. So let's get into a few of those. So you want to actually start your day off, right, to help with sleep at night. So this means getting morning sunlight. So as soon as you can, sometimes people are up before the sun. So obviously we're not going to get morning sunlight at that point, but as soon as you can, get some light in your eyes. What and that's best to step outside and actually get that light, even if it's a cloudy day and you don't want to stare right at the sun. That's not the point. You just want to be out in the environment where there's some natural sunlight. Better than staring out a window. The window is going to actually impede the rays of light that your body and your eyes need to see. It's about getting that natural light into your eyes. That's going to trigger different receptors and different hormones in your brain that signal the start of your circadian rhythm. That's going to be the little bookmark for the start of your day, and then your body's going to start counting down towards the end of the day when it should wind down and start generating what's called melatonin. So that sunlight in the morning is super critical. Another moment in your day where it would be great to get outside is when the sun is setting, when you're starting to see that sort of orange, blue start to happen in the sky, when your body can detect that the sun is going down, and that can give it another signal that, you know what, sun is going down in a few hours. I'm probably going to want to rest and go to bed. So those are signals from your eyes that your eyes can give your brain to signal your circadian rhythms. Another thing that you could add into your routine is some magnesium glycinate can be often super helpful. Taking that before sleep, maybe 30 to 60 minutes before bed, about 500 milligrams, 4 to 500 milligrams generally is the best amount for people to try to get. Additionally, melatonin, a very low dose, ideally more of a plant-based natural melatonin versus a synthetic, and not anything super high dose either. You want something more in that zero point 0.3 milligram range of melatonin, a really small amount. Melatonin is helpful for not only sleep and regulating circadian rhythms, but your immune system, inflammation, brain health. So many things actually we're finding that melatonin is beneficial for. You'll want to avoid electronics, and we probably all know this, but we still do it. But that blue light coming into our eyes can be really sensitive for those receptors in our eyes that will generate melatonin. So if we want our body to make its own melatonin better, shutting off that blue light and giving our eyes more of the light, the more orangey, more warm tones of light. And that also means shutting off any overhead lights. We want to make sure that any lights coming from the floor or, really low level, because the signals from the sky, if there's light coming up from overhead, that's going to signal to our brain that, oh, it's still daylight, there's still sun. And your body doesn't quite get the message that, oh, it's getting dark out. So we want to try to signal internal environments a little bit more like the outside. Another thing you'll want to do is try to avoid eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. You don't want to eat a big meal and then jump right into bed. Your body's digesting food in that moment, and different hormones are being generated at that moment that could impede sleep. So try not to have a full belly before you go to bed. On occasion, some people may need a little bit of protein before bed to stabilize blood sugar. And there might be some more severe blood sugar issues that we might need to work with. And blood sugar challenges at night can also create more wakings at night as well. So sometimes a little protein before bed, but we don't want to have a big meal before bed where your body's really focusing in on digestion. So your bigger meal, 2 to 3 hours, ideally three, and then if needed, a protein-rich snack before bed. Additionally, you can try drinking like chamomile tea as a soothing tea to signal to your body to calm down, reduce stress, and also create that that routine and that rhythm of allowing your body to get into that sleepy time. So with that routine, it is important to have a consistent routine at night. Your body really picks up on those signals where, oh, it's 8:30. I'm going to go wash my face and brush my teeth, and then I'm going to have make a chamomile tea and drink that, and then I'm going to journal before bed. Doing those things every night consistently at the same time will set your body up for getting drowsier, drowsier, drowsier to help you then instantly shut off the lights, crash, and fall asleep. So have a consistent nighttime routine where you're generally getting ready for bed at the same time, having some things that you do consistently. You can include tea in part of that routine. You can also include things like journaling or meditation or a gratitude practice where maybe, especially if we have a monkey mind where we're thinking constantly, having a journal where you can jot all that stuff down and get it out on the paper and maybe finishing off right before you go to bed with some gratitude. I'm grateful for these 5 things that happened to me today or just in general can put your brain in a different place when you go to sleep. So that can be super helpful. And then you want to keep your room nice and dark. Make sure there's not little lights coming in from places. Maybe put a piece of black tape over anything that has a light on it, making sure that if there's a clock there, that it's not glaring a bright blue light in your face, making sure you have really dark curtains. Those are really important. And then making sure the temperature of your room isn't too warm. That body temperature is a really important piece. If you're too warm at night, it's going to be really hard for your body to relax and get into a deeper sleep. So I hope you found those tips helpful in supporting your sleep, and maybe there's some new things there that you can incorporate into your current routine. I hope you enjoyed this tip.